all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? Hopefully, we're doing well. Hopefully, we are doing well. Everybody good? Thank you, Steve, for kicking off the contribution. Say what up, everybody. Thank you so much. Hey, how you doing, Kinshasa? It's been a minute since I seen you. But I get it. You know, we gotta work. We all gotta do what we gotta do. But I'm glad that you can give us a quick moment and drop in here and show us that pretty face. Thank you, Theo. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So the video that I did this morning, it sort of got me thinking about the way in which a lot of these women are coming out now and talking about how they want, they're tired of being strong and independent. They're tired of having to do everything themselves and all of that. And these are the advocates of soft life. They want a soft life. And I titled it, Why Modern Women Don't Deserve a Soft Life. And I want to sort of set some, I guess, definitions or solidify what I'm talking about when I say soft life, or really when they say soft life. Soft life in this current vernacular, it means that these are women that want to be able to have almost an unlimited amount of leisure in their lives, living a life without pressures, living a life without troubles or any particular hardship, living a life without worries, really, maybe minor things, living a life where they don't have to really lift too much of a finger. They don't have to do any particularly difficult work, whether that work is physical or emotional or whatever the case may be. They want to be able to sort of cruise through life and just have somebody else take care of the worries. Let somebody else worry about life. If I'm living somewhere, I don't want to have to figure out what we're going to do if a bill needs to be paid and it's short, or some problem happens and I don't want to have to be the one that figures it out. I don't want to have to be the one that is depended upon, looked upon, relied upon to contribute any real thing or any real effort in any real way. That is what the modern woman feels is a soft life. If anybody disagrees with that, put a 1 in the chat and why. Why do you disagree with that definition? Because it is from this premise that I'm coming and saying that women don't deserve it. Not only do modern women not deserve it, the only people in existence that deserve somebody to take care of them without them contributing anything significant other than their existence is babies. Babies, little kids. Yeah, little kids. You know, your 12-year-old shouldn't have to figure out what's going to be happening with the bills and if the food is short or they should not be carrying any of those loads. You wouldn't put that type of a thought or worry on the shoulders of children. You wouldn't. Not any responsible parents would not, no matter what kind of trouble the household is going through. You don't put the responsibility of those things and figuring out a way forward of problem solving to children. Right. And even children do not have an unlimited amount of leisure. Even though you are not going to be putting the responsibilities and the weight of the household and problems and on your children, you still require something of them. You require children to have obedience. You require children to make good grades. You require children to clean their rooms. You require children to, you know what I'm saying? The simple things within the scope of children. Age appropriate, of course. You require those things of children. So even children, minors, teens, whatever, they have some kind of responsibilities within the family. They are of a lesser degree, of course. They are not the same responsibilities that the parents hold and the leader of the household, but they do have a responsibility in their scope as children. That's it. That's it. If you don't fall in the category of a kid, I don't know why you think that you need to be put in a position in life that nobody, no adult, no able-bodied, sane adult has ever been put in the history of never. So I don't understand why these women would want to have the life of a child. No responsibilities like a child, but then want to be respected, want to have these quote unquote partnerships where they are of equal say. Then they get to talking about the man got to submit to them in certain situations. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're going to talk about submissions tomorrow and the fear mongering of that, but that's another show. Now that we have sort of laid the groundwork on what we mean by soft life, which is crazy, because first of all, before I really get into it, nobody deserves a soft life. I don't care if you are the highest lioness of all lionesses. Because I got a problem with the word deserve. Like I high key got a problem with the word deserve. Who are we to say what exactly we deserve? Because even the word deserve indicates that something should be received without actually having to do anything or give anything. That word would indicate. See, when somebody deserves something, this is something that should be rightfully given to them. It's not something that they should have to ask for. It's not something that they should have to work for. It's something that they deserve. When we look at this, is why I don't like the word deserve, especially not in the context that it is often used. Because when we take a look at the Merriam-Webster dictionary, to be worthy of, to be worthy, fit, or suitable for some reward or requital. Now let's take that, to be worthy, fit, or suitable. If we take that definition of deserve, that Black women are worthy, fit, and suitable for soft life, the statement remains true. Modern women don't deserve a soft life. Because are these types of women worthy, fit, or suitable for somebody to be giving them this opulent lifestyle that they want to have? Because let's explore worthiness and suitability and fitness for something. These are the same women, mind you, these are the same women who have made a spectacle, okay? Memes, posts, all kinds of things. They have done the equivalent of social media chitlin circuit to tell Black men how they not gonna submit, how they not gonna listen, how even so much as making their husband a plate of food and giving it to him is some type of oppressive slavery, that even speaking nicely, speaking calmly, speaking pleasantly, being a pleasure for their husbands to be around. These are the same women that are running around social media talking about that within the confines of a marriage, that their body belongs to them, and he should have no expectations of sex on a regular basis. He should have nonsense, not complete and utter nonsense, complete and utter nonsense. These are women who make a point to say that they are not going to bring anything of value to any relationship with any Black man ever, that he should not have any expectation, reasonable or otherwise, that they are going to be doing anything, that they are going to be cooperative, that they are going to be workable, that they are going to be anything that he is looking for in the category of a wife or a mate or a mother or anything, the mother of his children. I mean, nothing. They have said, no, we are not even going to do the function of women. So even if you're married to me, I'm not really going to have sex. And if I have a child, if I get pregnant, then I still, as a married woman, reserve the right to delete that baby without you knowing it. And, and all kind. I still am able to move as a single, uncovered, unyoked woman. I can do that. And I should be rewarded for doing that. not only should he be okay with me in that position, he should reward me, because I'm going to talk to my exes, and I'm going to have male relationships, and I'm going to have work husbands, and I'm going to have all of these illicit conversations online, and I'm going to still be on, apps, and I'm going to still be moving around here. I'm going to still be going out with my single friends. I'm going to still be clubbing. I'm going to still be doing whatever it was that I felt like I was grown enough to do within the relationship, and he needs to be okay with it. Not only does he need to be okay with it, he needs to celebrate this by rewarding me with the type of lifestyle that I want to have. I want to have 100K weddings, and I want to be able to go trips to Dubai, and I want to be able to, have all of these clothes and shoes and live in a particular area. And the house that we have needs to, cost a particular amount of money. And, we need to be able to be driving a particular type of car, and he can't tell me no. And the list goes on and on and on and on. So when we get into it, when they say we want to live a soft life, that actually indicates that they've been living a hard life, right? The clamor now from these modern women about, we need a soft life. Our lives have been hard, and we just want to be able to relax, and we just want to be able, right. So that would indicate that they believe that their lives have been difficult. Well. Let's explore the hardship of these women's lives. What has been hard? What has been making the collective life of modern women, specifically Black women, unusually difficult? Could they be self-inflicted wounds? Like, for instance, when they say we're not having a soft life, and then you ask them to sort of go into that, one of the things that they'll say is they're not treated softly. That in general, the men that they talk to or that they are in relationship with, the people that they meet, the associations that they have, all of these things, they are not being treated like women. They are not being treated with the softness. They are not being treated with the deference that women, the chivalry. They are not being given the preferential treatment that they think men should automatically give them. They are not being treated like soft, vulnerable women that are emotional and that should be understood, and that should be, respected, and all of these things. They're not receiving the damsel or the maiden treatment. Now, why would that be? Can we think of any reason why y'all would not be getting treated like that? Could it be that every time you turn around, you telling a man what you don't need, what you don't like to kiss your soda cracker and your accabacker? Every time somebody has tried to help you, or every time someone has attempted to treat you with the respect, with the deference of femininity, you are actually offended by that. You've been offended by that type of treatment. Now you want to associate it with, he's treating you like a kid. Now you want to associate it with he's treating you like you stupid. Now you want to associate it with he's controlling you. Now you want to associate it with all of these other things, these negative connotations that you have attached it to, because y'all attach negativity to femininity. It's such a mind screw that y'all want to be treated feminine while hating femininity and regarding it as a weakness, as an Achilles heel. You don't want men to treat you like a woman. Because when he starts talking to you like a woman, when he starts treating you like a woman, y'all don't even have the good etiquette to say thank you and to be gracious about that. Y'all look at him like he done grew a tail because he want to hold the door or whatever. He doing too much. He doing too much when he want to open the car doors for you. He's doing too much when he grab your hand and help you down a couple of steps because he know you got heels on. He's doing too much now. Now he doing too much. Now he give you the ick. Now he's a creep. Now he lame. Now he's stupid. Why come he always doing you like that? Why is he always trying to, you know what I'm saying, just pet you, baby? You don't need that. I don't need that. You don't want it. So not being treated like a woman and not being treated in a feminine way actually comes from y'all, first of all, not wanting that treatment and y'all going into your pseudo masculine energy anyways. Because you don't offer any softness even within your interpersonal connections and relationships. You don't offer softness. See, a soft life would require soft skill, and you don't have any. You don't have soft skills. We're going to get to that in the solutions part. You don't have any soft skills. In order to get a life where a man is treating you and respecting you and regarding you in light of your femininity, you're going to have to be feminine first. And therein lies the conundrum. Because y'all kill me talking about pick-me's, talking about somebody male identified, talking about somebody want to be picked and somebody desperate for a man, yet you want all of the benefit that come with a woman that would be feminine and submissive. You talk about women who are feminine and submissive. Oh, we stupid. We, running up behind these ninjas and we doing this and we doing that. We idiots. We're weak. We getting ran over. We getting cheated on too. So if we getting cheated on too, if our results as feminine women are not any better than the results you're getting as a masculine, hard-headed, back-footed woman, then why do you want the benefits of getting a soft life? Because who gets a soft life? A soft life, who gets that? Because the last time I checked, submissive lionesses get about as close to a soft life as any woman's going to get. We're the ones that get the men that have respect for our femininity because we show up in it. He can't respect nothing he don't see and things he don't feel. So if you come to him with that foolishness, you're going to get treated like you came to him with foolishness and trying to compete with him and trying to be a man and trying to be all that foolishness that you do. This is why you get the results that you get. So you kind of, contradict yourself when you talk about how all men doing this and all men doing that and all the men cheat and all the men do all the women wrong. especially the pick-me's, especially the lionesses are getting a special kind of wrong done to us. Yet, y'all want our results. Ain't that about something? Yet, y'all want the kinds of men that we get. Because, see, when he was over there with you, he was a no good ninja. But over here with the lioness, he a whole husband, just a seeming transformation. Seem like he a whole different person, isn't it? That's interesting. When he was with you, he was this no good street running, cheating, somebody that you couldn't trust him far as you could throw him. Interesting how when he get over to a lioness, all of a sudden he a husband. It's magic. Do you believe in magic? Because it's magical. It's completely magical. It's completely magical, right? All of a sudden he know how to provide. All of a sudden he's got all of this quote unquote emotional intelligence y'all be talking about. All of a sudden he know how to treat women. All of a sudden he know how to respect women. All of a sudden he knows, he has all of this system, order, and structure that he deal with. And he's got all his motivation that he do and stuff that he do. And you know why he's able to have that? You know where that transformation comes from? Want me to rub your face in it a little bit? The reason I'm going to share with you where all of that comes from. It comes from the fact that his energy is somehow being able to be directed to stuff he want to do because we're not making him direct the energy to the stupid stuff we doing. Because we're not taking up all of his time with petty arguments, stupid accusations, checking up on he can't get no work done because you calling every 5 minutes. What you want? What you want? Absolutely nothing. You call him, and it's not even like you calling him to give good energy, to wish him a good day, or tell him that you love him. You calling him with nonsense. You call him with to continue the argument that you had last night, and then y'all kind of got on a little bit of talking this morning. With the tension wasn't so bad. Then when he left, you thought about another little point you could have made in the argument, and you called him with that. You called him to bring up another little piece of the argument, something you forgot to say last night when you was in the midst of the arguing. And now you just rev up the argument one more again. Now this man is doing whatever he was doing, and you done throw him all the way off. You threw him off. You done threw him all the way off. Now he throwed off. Because now the tension is back in. The argument started back up. Now he done thought about all the stuff he would have said that he was trying to hold back and not say because the argument had died down. Now, since you done called back with the foolishness, now he about to unleash all the stuff that he would have said last night. Do you understand? Can't no man concentrate with that foolishness going on every day, every other day, every other week. And can't nobody and that little sex you think you can whip on somebody, that don't heal that. That don't heal that. I promise you, you are not recovering from these arguments and the foolishness that you invite to that man's life. So he don't want to have nothing to do with you. He stay gone. He don't tell you nothing. He don't share nothing with you. He don't like you. He argue with you all the time. Sometimes he picked the argument just because he done got mad. He thought about how you got your nerve. Be walking around the house, man. Now you mad after you done messed up something he had going because you called in the middle. See, so now he mad. And this is why he's that ain't-ish ninja with you. Because you brought out all that foolishness in him. You brought out all that foolishness. You steeped him in foolishness. So that's what you got in return. Garbage in, garbage out. Interestingly enough, he was able to get with a lioness that didn't want to bring out. She didn't put garbage in to get garbage out. She started putting positivity in there. She started talking to him like she was a woman and he was a man. She started dealing with him like he was a man she liked, a man she respected, a man she loved. She started dealing with him like that. She wasn't dealing with him, like he was just some old anybody. And he said, well, I'll try with this one. And lo and behold, it was a lioness. Interesting how he become a whole husband. That same dude that you couldn't stop arguing with because he was doing this and doing that. Probably you. It might be you. Because you mean to tell me every man do you the same way? Beloved. 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 It's not these men all the time. And it's not always these men. Let me go on this commercial break. I'm going to come back and hit the super chats, and then we're going to keep going. So after these messages, we'll be right back. Because what I need you to do is I need you to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling and really smelling its best, then you definitely need to check out ashkicking.com. And if this is going to be your first order, you need to take advantage of the 10% discount that you can receive by using the promo code Crimson. Okay, going to ashkicking.com. I promise you will not be disappointed. There are plenty of people that are in my chat right now who have been customers of ashkicking.com, and I have not heard anything other than glowing reviews yet. And as someone who has taken advantage of these products as well, I'm here to tell you that the body butter is exquisite. The packaging is awesome. The way that it ships, the way that it looks, the way that the product feels, the way that the product smells, all of those things. There's such a wonderful line of bath and body and skincare. So you definitely want to go to ashkicking.com, pick up your first or your 50th order, right? And make sure, if you have already bought and used ashkicking.com and you loved it, put a 1 in the chat for me. I'm going to go ahead and put my 1. Definitely wonderful products. You know, I'm not going to promote anything that I don't actually believe in and have not actually used. So ashkicking.com is the place to go if you want and the jar's huge. It's not this little bitty, it's huge and it's filled to the top. Like, and the smell is perfect. Not too heavy, not too light. It's wonderful. It lasts all day. The moisturization lasts a very long time. All right, so I don't know how many likes I need, but I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta go ahead and hit the like button for me. Let me get over to the super chats. Thank you, Miss Siobhan, for your super sticker. Thank you once again. So these modern women think being a wife is a cakewalk with zero responsibilities, and this is how you know women who have never actually even been in a relationship, let alone a marriage. Because if you're a woman and you think that a healthy, happy, fulfilling relationship with your man is something simple that you ain't really got to do much to have that happen, sadly mistaken. Thank you to Renzo. Said twin, it's the D suffix that's attached to the word serve that manipulates the entire word itself. I see it studying etymology. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pharaoh. Says soft life modern woman equals freedom of a woman, authority of a man, accountability of a child. Thank you, Bakish, for your super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. M. Said to cope with that regret, they'll say something crazy like, I made him better for her. Yeah, they like to do that too. Thank you, Donovan Sweet. Said they want a soft life after being ran through a couple of kids later with different baby daddies in the wall. Fast approaching. You are on to something when saying they choose a hard life. And thank you, Terry. Said Kendra, real talk. Every time you speak, it feels like you're looking at footage from my former marriage. Thank you so much, Terry. So now we're going to keep going. Self-inflicted. One of the other things that they like to say that makes their lives hard is that they are not being helped and that they are not being treated with initial kindness or even respect. This is also a self-inflicted wound because it comes from having a combative and angry reputation. The angry Black woman. You don't get that, again, you don't get that feminine soft treatment because you don't present yourselves collectively as feminine soft women. You present yourselves as angry, rude women, obnoxious women, disrespectful women, mean women. And in general, you carry an air of being ready at a moment's notice to be confrontational and argumentative. You carry with a badge of honor the you ready to pop off at any moment type situation. Just like the Black woman who got mad at the white dude who cut her off. And she followed that man into a gas station convenience store to finish cussing him out. And he called her every kind of black ninja, this, that, and the third that he could think of. Because y'all got that reputation that no one can say anything to you or have any words with you, even if it's not offensive, even if it's not, y'all don't de-escalate, in other words. So you make a mountain out of a molehill. If something is small, you don't know how to leave it alone. You don't know how to walk away from it. You don't know how to just let it be. Everything don't need a response. Everything don't need you to argue. Everything don't need a fight. Everything don't need for you to be able to cuss somebody out. We know you cusses like a sailor. We hear you cussing out your kids. We know, beloved, we know. Why don't you prove the other thing, that you know how to de-escalate situations? This is why your relationships is always in trouble, because y'all don't know how to de-escalate a single situation. Not one of them. Some of the most disrespectful people always talking about somebody done disrespected them. Somebody done said something to them out the way. Somebody done looked at them a certain kind of way. Somebody done had a certain little energy towards them. Then y'all want to get into the energy when you can't pick out nothing concrete that somebody done did to you. Now all of a sudden it's about the vibe that somebody done gave you. And why don't you just sit down? Again, everything does not need a response. Do you know when you're in a situation that needs you to respond a certain way? Because I promise you, feminine women do not get into these crazy situations where we always got to be confrontational. We always got to argue, or God forbid, at our big age, trying to fight some dang on body. But we would know if we were to get into that situation. We would know. We would know exactly when to de-escalate that and when to tear somebody's head off and walk off like we didn't do that. I'm talking about tear their head off and then grab your pearls like you didn't have no idea. I'm talking about eviscerate somebody and then be a damsel in distress after you do it. Okay, rip somebody's head off and then fall out and cry and just break right on down. See, y'all use the victim card so much you don't know how to be a victim. You don't even know how to be a good victim. The lioness come tear somebody's head off and then be the victim. Because I promise you we didn't start it. What's the next thing that they say is so difficult for them to do? Just single motherhood and single life in general. Listen, you better believe it. I didn't know my own should just break down. I didn't mean to. Break right on down. They don't even know how to cry. You supposed to cry. Y'all always be talking about white woman tears. That's because they know how to use them. They know how to use the tears. Y'all don't be knowing how to use the tears. Somebody come around, you done did something. Yeah, I did it. And I do it again. You supposed to say you ain't know what you was doing. Right, exactly. You better pull a Carol. Carol was so feminine. She was the most dangerous person in she was one of the most dangerous people in that group on Walking Dead. Carol was so feminine. She was a housewife. She was the submissive housewife. That's who Carol was. That's who she was. One of the most feminine women on the show. In a zombie apocalypse, feminine. Tear your head right off. Baking cookies. Do you understand me? She got in Alexandria and started baking cookies. One of the most dangerous people in that whole group. Everybody underestimated Carol because she was feminine. How she stay in her feminine energy in a zombie apocalypse and y'all can't stay in y'all feminine energy going to the stove? The other thing they make difficult, motherhood and single life in general. Okay. Y'all got me thinking about Carol. Well, she stood there and cried before she gunned them people down. Cause they had no corner there and she started crying. Oh my goodness. She was crying too. She was boohoo crying. And then mowed them down and kept on driving. Cause they had no corner there. Anyway. You wanted now this one I don't get. Y'all are talking about how single motherhood and just the single life in general is hard. But the part that I really don't get was that y'all fought tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. Do you understand me? To not depend on a man for nothing. This has been y'all mantra for decades. Or have we been living in an alternate universe? Have I taken crazy pills, or did the entire boneyard rise up in a chorus to say that they didn't need men and didn't need to depend on men for nothing in the world, and they got their own money and they got their own jobs and they don't need men, they want them, and then we don't need you, but we want you, and blah, 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 and all this foolishness? Did not the boneyard rise up in a collective chorus to say how they didn't need no man and didn't want no man? You fought for, you want to be able to have your money, and can't no man tell you about how to spend your money, how to get your money, what to do with your money. You pay your own stuff, you pay your own way, because you don't want no man to be somewhere trying to be able to put you out of here and take something from you, and you didn't want him to be able to control your finances, and you didn't need him to be able to control the bills, and you didn't want him, you wanted all of this financial freedom, you wanted all of this ability to go work, and you didn't need this and you didn't need that, all in an effort to take the leverage that you believe men had to quote unquote mistreat you, because that's the foolishness that feminism told you was the patriarchy and all that craziness. And then you did all of that. You fought tooth and nail for the leverage to be taken from him so that he could not use all of these different mechanisms to so-called control your life and subject you and oppress you and all of this other stuff. That's what you wanted. Now that you have received that, exactly what you asked for, mind you, now all of a sudden it's hard. You tired of paying all your bills. You tired of going to work every day. You tired of having to make sure that everything in your house and everything in the apartment gets seen to. You tired of having to ride around with your check engine light on because you don't know what to do with it. And you're pretty sure that if you go to a mechanic, they're going to fleece you because you're a woman and you don't know what's what with the car anyway. So they'll tell you that the knee bone is connected to your carburetor and it needs changing. And so not realizing that cars have not had a carburetor since the late 80s and early 90s. Now all of a sudden it's hard. Y'all the ones that engage in parental alienation. Y'all the ones that don't want the men around. Y'all the ones that have several baby daddies, and you do it back to back and over and over again. Now all of a sudden motherhood is wrong, is hard, and you need a break. You fought to be able to not depend on a man for anything. And that has caused you to take on a pseudo masculine exterior and interior. And what this did was it translated into not needing a man, translated into not needing to learn how to properly treat men because you don't need them. So the art of treating a man properly went out the window because you don't need men. So why would you need to learn how to keep one? Why would you need to learn how to maintain a relationship with a man? Because you don't need him. So you don't need to know how that whole thing operates. I don't need to play golf. So I don't need to know how to swing golf clubs. I don't need to know how to count the points. I don't need to know the mechanics of the golf game because I don't need to play golf. Golf is not something that I need to do in my life. Now, if I want to play golf, then it would behoove me to learn the game of golf and understand the objective and actually how to play. But since it is not a necessity, then I do not need to know anything about golf at all. I don't need to skydive. So I don't need to understand how the physics works when you jump out of the plane and inertia and terminal velocity and when you have to hit the parachute and when. See, because I don't need to skydive. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I want to skydive, then it would behoove me to understand that. Right? So if I don't need a man, it would not do me any good or bad, neither here nor there, to learn how to treat a man, how to get into a healthy relationship with a man, and all that kind of stuff. Right? The problem is that you want a man and you don't have any soft skills. You don't have any soft skills, do you? The number one soft skill that y'all lack is proper communications. That's the first thing. Y'all don't know how to talk to nobody. Y'all don't know how to talk to nobody. Just because you talk a lot don't mean you communicate well. Most of you communicate negatively. You communicate condescendingly. Hmm? We don't know about that? Yeah, we know about that. You have unclear, ambiguous, aggressive communication. Unclear. What is unclear communication? Talking in circles, not getting to the point, answering questions with questions, deflecting the points. This would be ambiguous and frustrating communication. Interrupting consistently before people are done talking. Raising your voice above other people's voices unnecessarily. A point get made, now all of a sudden you talking about pineapples when we was just talking about dragon fruits a few seconds ago, and here you go with these pineapples. We are not talking about pineapples, we are talking about dragon fruit, beloved. And I would appreciate it if we could continue to talk about dragon fruit until we don't need to talk about dragon fruit anymore. Now, once we get done speaking about and resolving the dragon fruit issue, then we can go ahead on to the pineapple issue if we need to do that. But jumping from the dragon fruits to the pineapples to the soursop, we're not going to do that. That we won't do. And it's done purposely to keep arguments going, to frustrate any attempt at conflict resolutions and problem solving, to actually solve the problem. You are deliberately taking the conversation off course so that an issue cannot be resolved. Because if you resolve an issue, then you don't have that issue to argue about anymore. Now, do you? And this is where arguing and being right and having peace come in at. You rather be right or you rather have peace? Which one? Hmm? Y'all rather be right and continue to have an argument. Peace is not in the equation. Your communication styles are aggressive. Not only is the tone aggressive, it is condescending, which indicates that you know better than him, that he's stupid and you're not, that you're the brains of this operation and he isn't, that you are in fact above him and he is beneath you in some way. And the other two things that are wrong with your communication is that the tone is disrespectful, or one that people like to look over, it's accusatory. The tone is disrespectful and or the tone is accusatory. What's an accusatory tone? What's an accusatory tone? So you just didn't pay that bill? You didn't pay the car note? See, I knew you weren't gonna pay the car. Well, first of all, You don't know anything. How you just gonna come at me about paying the car note? Matter of fact, I did pay the car note. Who are you talking to like that? Instead of asking, beloved, did you remember to pay the car note this month? Yeah, I just thought about that. Did you? Instead of a simple question, here you come with just assuming that something did or did not happen, assuming people's intent, assuming. Here's another thing that starts arguments. This is what's wrong with communication. If you get asked a question, and this is why you don't answer questions with questions, that in and of itself is problematic. Asking questions with questions. Nobody, you're not supposed to answer no question with no question. That's rude. It's bound to start an argument. Like 80 to 90% of the time, that's not warranted to answer a question with a question. He asked you a question about something. Why you want to know? Why you asking me that? I didn't know I couldn't. Point me to the list of things I can't ask you. And I'll be sure to pay attention and be more mindful next time. I didn't know that there was a list of questions that I bet not ask you. I know y'all been through it. You either been a victim of it or you perpetrated. Stop answering folks' questions. Don't stop answering your spouse's questions with questions. Just answer the question. After you answer the question that was posed to you, if you just curious about it, you can say that in a nicer tone. Answer the question. Oh, is it something wrong or something that I did or something like that? Oh, no. And a lot of times folks say, no. I asked because blah, 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 blah. And then there you go. He got the answer that he was looking for, and you was nosy and wanted to know why he asked the question in the first place, and you got that done, and you got it accomplished without a stupid argument or a stupid back and forth exchange of words that did not need to be exchanged. Because for all you know, he asking you a certain thing because he had something in mind he was going to get you. And he was just trying to, pry a little question, get a little answer out of you. I've done it plenty of times. Baby, what's such and such? Because I be wanting to know. Because I done seen something I want to get him. Or I done thought of something I wanted to do for him. And I want that little detail that'll just be the cherry on top of it. But it'll put you out of the mind or something. Let's say he wanted to know, baby, do you like Air Maxes or do you like Air Force Ones better? Now, what if he was thinking about buying me a pair of shoes? You see what I'm saying? And instead of saying, no, I like Air Maxes better. Instead of saying that, what you want to know? Would you buying shoes? Not no more. Not anymore. No, I was just asking. Mm-hmm. Talked yourself out of a pair of shoes. Didn't even know it. Hmm? So, to recap, main soft skill, communication is the key to everything. Most most relationships either survive or die based on communications. So, have clear, non-aggressive communication. Watch that your tone is even. Talk with your inside voice. That your tone is even, and most of all, that your tone is not disrespectful, not condescending, and not accusatory. Simple soft skill. This works into another soft skill. I'm going to end it off. De-escalations. The first soft skill, learning how to communicate properly, will automatically positively impact up to more than 90% your ability to de-escalate potential arguments, potential problems. Redirecting energies. When you hear it about to be stupid, either from your end or his end, you see it going, it's starting to turn left, just turn it back around. Stop feeding into foolishness because you want to argue, or you just want to be right, or you just want you. Some people so addicted to that, addicted to the arguing and back and forth. Like, stop that. There's a time to get your point across. And you can do that respectfully and in a way that fosters conflict resolutions rather than do that in a negative, chaotic, disrespectful way. Nobody said you got to keep your mouth shut 100% of the time. That's not even real. Not realistic. Not going to happen. But it's a whole middle ground between acting a fool with somebody and being a mute with somebody. So, with that being said, let me go to the rest of these super chats. Thank you, Miss Mia, for your super sticker, sweetheart. And thank you once again. So then butter biscuits came out dry, so they switching up. Not the butter biscuits. Thank you, Mark, for your contribution. Thank you, Backyard Animals, that keep growing the truth, Lioness. We men appreciate it, and you highly. Thank you so much. And thank you, Reese. And my parents were together for over 40 years. By the time he died in 18, I never heard my mother raise her voice at dad. I'm sure they disagreed. Never saw it, though. Exactly. And thank you for sharing that with us. So what I'm going to do is I want you guys to jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.